Hi, I'm Matt, a former STEM teacher, and if you've ever worked with students before, you've probably discovered that there are a lot of different challenges. And especially when it comes to students that have learning differences, it becomes more challenging, whether it is a physical or auditory or visual or cognitive disabilities that they run into. Math can be extremely difficult. That is why we created Mathshare, so that we can make math more accessible. Here's a real quick snapshot of what Mathshare does. It allows students to not only organize, but also show how they got to the answer for a problem. So in this case, the problem starts off right there. That's our example one the teacher that gave us. Instructions of solving for X. And you can see the student went through and they've now added 13 to both sides, and then they calculated, and Mathshare goes through and cleans it up. And so now what the student has is they have a very clean, simple, step-by-step instructions and explanations as every single step that they've gone through and why they did that step. Now, again, if you're a teacher, right away, you can notice that many students' handwriting in paper does not look like this. And more often than not, you are telling your students, show your work and explain why you did these steps. And again, with Mathshare, this is kind of built in. And not only is this helpful for you as a teacher, but it also is great for students to be able to look back and see how they got there. All right, let's go through and create our own problem set now as a teacher. So you go to mathshare.benetech.org. Mathshare is free for educators and students. Go ahead and click on Try Now. And from here, you can sign in with a Google or Microsoft account and different sign-ins. We're just going to go ahead and go with this, and we're going to create a new problem set. You can choose what tools you want to have, and we're going to go ahead and continue through. And now we're just going to go ahead and add in a problem. So I'm just going to say like 3x plus 10 is equal to 8. And I'm going to say solve for x. From here, you can add in images and draw out images if you want to. You can import them in, but I'm just going to go ahead and add in this problem right here. And for the sake of this demo, we're just going to add in one problem. So you can always go back and edit those problems, delete any that you don't want, and add more. And you can even drag and move them around. You can quickly assign them out to Google Classroom, Microsoft Teams, or if you're using any other LMS or different kind of platform or emailing it, you can just use the simple assignment link from right there. So we're going to go ahead and just simply show you what this looks like now as a student. So a student is going to go there. They're going to see a problem set, probably named it something better than this, and they can click on that problem right there. And now this is going to open up in the student view, and it's very clearly laid out. The first thing they see up here in the orange bar is the problem that they need to solve, and that is step 1 for them automatically right there. And here's their work. So now we have the equation right there and a dedicated box for them to be able to explain why they did that step. So the first thing I want to do here is I want to subtract 10 from both sides. So I'm going to say, and then minus 10. Now from here, I know these things are going to automatically cancel out. One thing that I could do, so I'm just going to go ahead and just put an X over that because they're going to cancel out to 0. Now for this one, what I'm going to do is 8 minus 10 is going to be negative 2. So I'm going to go ahead and just put in a minus 2. And I'm going to say subtract 10 from both. But you can see, you know what? I'm having a lot of trouble typing that out. So I'm actually going to use the built-in speech-to-text tool. I'm going to allow permissions. Subtract 10 from both sides. And there we go. I'm going to go ahead and click on Add Step. And now you can see Mathshare has gone through. We now have 3x is equal to negative 2. Mathshare cleaned that up for us. And this next part now I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and divide both sides by 3. So I put in the backslash 3. You can see it automatically did the divide 3. Now, if I didn't want to do that, another option is I could use the division key. So I could say divide by 3. Or we could also use then like this divide one. Oh, nope. I'm going to go ahead and select that and divide by 3. And then same thing here. I'm going to go ahead and just say divide this by 3. Now I'm going to show you a really neat tool here of if I highlight that and I click on calculate, it'll actually then calculate that out. And I'm just going to go ahead and say divide by 3. but I made a mistake right there. All right, so I don't like how this looks, and I forgot to cancel out the 3's on that side. So I'm going to go back, click on edit this step, and you know what? I just don't like how that ended up, so I'm going to say -2 divided by 3, and I'm going to divide both sides by 3. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and like do that. And now I'm going to, here, I'm actually just going to manually go ahead and clean this up, right? So I say like 3x divided by 3. So that is going to be equaling out to just simply x. And then here, I'm just going to leave it as a fraction. And for here, I'm just going to say clean, like do the math. And I'm going to go ahead and add in that step. And now we have my final answer of x is equal to -2 divided by 3. And you can see that students can go back and edit any of these different kinds of steps. If they need to draw out some of these things, they can with the built-in sketch pad and bring in their own tools, and they can erase and they can draw out little tiny grids on there if they want to. That's going to help them kind of counting this out. Now, Mathshare is also going to go through and is going to automatically save the work for them. But when they're all done, they just simply click on finish. And this will take them now, you can see like, hey, like it saved it for us. Awesome. And it takes them automatically back to that full problem set. And when they're done, now they can turn it in directly through Google Classroom, Microsoft Teams, and we have a number of other LMS platforms that are going to be coming in very soon. So that's very exciting. But in the meantime, they can also just simply copy this link and send it to the teacher. And this will be a unique URL. So every student's going to have their own link. So this giant number string right there. Every student has their own unique link now that's going to be going back to their problem set. And I'll actually show you what this looks like. So I'm going to copy that, and in a new tab here, we'll open it up. And now as a teacher, this is what I'm seeing. And I'm going to go ahead and open this up. You'll notice that that little editing palette down there is no longer available. So as the teacher, I can now see what my student did and be like, hey, great job. And I can go back then, and now in whatever my LMS platform or however it is, I can give the student now feedback on what they did. So if they got stuck or something like that. So going back here to our original problem set, again, we can go through, make a variety of different changes, and assign them out to our students. Now, if you ever get stuck, you can click on the little help center or little question mark here, give us feedback. Head over to our Help Center, which has got a lot of great information in there. And we have a lot of video tutorials. And we also have an interactive step-by-step tutorial right now that you can go through. So this is Mathshare, which is going to help your students organize and share their math thinking. And of course, don't forget to go to mathshare.benetech.org to start using it for free today.